Welcome to Timus here. Now, here's my review for the new horror film that just got released called Terror. Now, this actually had a really interesting premise. It's where friends and family unleash an unspeakable evil trapped within a cursed deck of tarot cards. One by one, they come face to face with fate, racing against death to escape the future for foretold their readings. Now, of course, you actually had some decent actors like you had Jacob Batalon, for, Ned for Spider-Man fame, Avantika, who recently played Karen in the recent Mean Girls. It was cool seeing her in something else like very different here. Sad to say, this is one of the worst movies I've seen this whole year. Not gonna lie, this just might be worse than both Imaginary and Night Swim put together. Like I've seen some terrible horror films this year. This just might be the worst out of the bunch. Now I'll give some redeeming qualities. Some of the kills is actually pretty solid. Like I did not mind the kills, especially for PG-13. It definitely had the PG-13 kills too, which I thought was so bad. Jacob Batalon actually stole lots of scenes. I really liked every time he of all the characters, he is probably my favorite one of the bunch. Well, I mean, it's a shame that he was just in a bad film. But other than that, the other characters I did not care much about. I even Aventia's character. I really was hoping that she'll be one of the best parts too, but even she wasn't good enough to say this, which is a shame too, because I really quite liked her in Mean Girls. She was like a scene steal as Karen in the recent Mean Girls. It's a shame that she didn't have much work with here. Now, it doesn't help that the movie is directed by Anna Hellberg and Spencer Cohen. While this is their first directing film, they also produced Moonfall. Wah wah. So that really says something there. So yeah, and it's just not all that scary. It's just so generic. Got boring at times too. I did not care much for like the ghosts or entity. And I really did not care much for these characters at all. Which sometimes, they're even some of my favorite horror films of all time. There are characters I don't care about and all, but this one takes the cake. Like other than Jacob Batalon's character, I did not care. Like even the lead character, I didn't care much for. I mean, it's not their fault. Obviously, they were just really given what they had to give. I mean, they just had to deal with a terrible script. But yeah, it's a shame because these actors like did the best they could, but yeah, they just had to deal with a bad script, some terrible jump scares. It wasn't even all that as scary as you would think either. Like this really felt like in the vein of stuff like Truth or Dare or that Countdown movie. Really felt more like those levels, but yeah, it's a shame because like these actors are pretty talented, but they're just wasted in a very bad script and a bad film. So hey, hopefully some of their next projects they'll be better, but we'll see. Anyway, let me let you guys. Did you have a chance to check out Terra? If so, what's up? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy.